Good morning. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday, September 28th, 2022, and we greet you this morning on behalf of Purpose Journey Counseling. We are here this morning. We are glad that you are here with us. We are glad that you are joining whenever you're watching this, whether you're watching this live at 7 a.m. with us or you're watching it later in the day, later in the week, later in the month, later in the year. We thank you so much, and welcome and good morning to you. My name is Dr. Natatu North, and I am the owner and therapist of Purpose Journey Counseling, LLC in Cincinnati, Ohio. So greetings this morning. Again, it is 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And the YouTube link for this broadcast is posted on Instagram. So we're on a variety of different social media platforms. So whichever one you're watching us from, we greet you and we thank you for joining us. I ask that you also please like us, like the video, like the pages on the various platforms. Please follow us. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and share this broadcast, any other broadcast videos that you see. Share them with people that you know. Share them maybe with some people you don't know, but share them with people that you definitely care about so that they can also benefit from the encouragement and empowerment of the messages. And also, we ask that you please interact and engage in the comment section as well, just so that we're just encouraging one another. So I know it seems like a lot that we're asking, but it's definitely greatly appreciated. And it really just helps to get these messages out there. They're positive messages. So we all can use a whole lot of positivity in our lives. So it's just awesome to be able to have that opportunity. So we appreciate you for liking, following, subscribing, and sharing as well, and for interacting. So again, today is Wednesday. So today is our Wednesday word, my absolute favorite day of the week, at least for this, but one of my favorite days of the week. And today we're going to one of my all-time favorite scriptures. We're going to actually read it out of two different translations. This morning, it's just one verse. We're going to read it out of two different translations. So the first one, we're doing Hebrews 11:1. We're going to read out of the Amplified version first. And then we'll read it out of a different translation. I'll let you know in just a second what that is. So we're going to read out of the Amplified version. It's very verbose, but I like the way it breaks it down for us. And then we're going to read a different translation too. But in the Amplified version, Hebrews 11:1 reads, "Now faith is the assurance, title deed, confirmation of things hoped for, divinely guaranteed, and the evidence of things not seen, the conviction of their reality. Faith comprehends as fact what cannot be experienced by the physical senses." Wow, that said a lot. I'm going to read it one more time. "Now faith is the assurance, title deed, confirmation of things hoped for, divinely guaranteed, and the evidence of things not seen, the conviction of their reality. Faith comprehends as fact what cannot be experienced by the physical senses." That said a lot. So now we're going to read it out of the Message translation, which I always say is one of my favorites as well. But yeah, we're going to read that and we're going to see what it says in the Message translation. And it says, "The fundamental fact of existence is that this trust in God, this faith, is the firm foundation under everything that makes life worth living. It's our handle on what we can't see." I'm going to read it again. "The fundamental fact of existence is that this trust in God, this faith, is the firm foundation under everything that makes life worth living. It's our handle on what we can't see." Oh my goodness. I love both of these translations and how they had a different wording to basically still describe this concept of faith. So if we look at faith as confidence in the word of God, or just confidence in God, or just assurance in God, confirmation in what God it has spoken, or confirmation that we know that God even exists to begin with. One of the things I liked, or the part that I really, really liked about the Amplified version is here. Faith comprehends as fact what cannot be experienced by the physical senses. Just think about that. How faith comprehends, so faith understands it to be a fact, even though you can't see it. What cannot be experienced by the physical senses? You can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, you can't touch it, you can't hear it. Those are the five senses. But faith still understands it as a fact, even though you can't even say, yeah, I saw it, I heard it, I smelled it, I touched it, I tasted it. You can't even say that, but it still comprehends it as a fact. It still comprehends it as a fact, even though your five senses didn't even experience. It cannot be experienced by the physical senses. So you can't even experience. So faith goes so much beyond what you'll even experience in the senses, in your senses. And faith is confirmation, a divine guarantee of what you can't even experience in the senses. Physical senses. Okay, so that was just the Amplified version. And then the Message has to come in. The fundamental fact of existence. The fundamental, basic fact of existence is that this trust in God, I love how it says, this trust in God, this faith. So faith is trust in God. So this trust in God, this faith is the firm foundation. We've talked about foundations before, and being on firm ground, not wavering ground, not something that is, unstable. No, it's firm, it's solid, a firm foundation under everything that makes life worth living. Faith, this trust in God, this faith makes life worth living. Faith makes life worth living. It's our handle on what we can't see. So faith, let's go back, comprehends as fact what cannot be experienced by the physical senses. So all of the physical senses. And then the Message translation says it's our handle on what we can't see. So again, reiterating that sense. So you can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't touch it, you can't smell it, you can't hear it, but yet you still comprehend it as a fact. And it's a firm foundation. It makes life worth living. If this trust in God, this faith, it's our faith ought to be unwavering, because if it's a firm foundation, that's how it can be all or nothing. We should be cautious about speaking in absolutes or all or not. The all or nothing mentality sometimes cannot be good, can be dangerous. But that's why you can't say, well, I got a little bit, I kind of halfway, you either have faith or you don't. It's there or it's not. But understanding the concept of faith, the confidence in God, it's confirmation. And it was just so interesting. And that's why I wanted to read it out in these two different translations, because when you see words like confirmation, because you think about the whole concept of faith, a lot of times we make it mystical. We make it hard to understand. We make it like it's this unattainable thing. Like, how can I have faith? How can I believe? How can I do that? And when you look at it, and Hebrews 11:1 just definitely breaks it down, but it also goes on to talk about how it's impossible to please God without faith. So we have to have faith to even please him, to honor him. That's how we need to have faith. So when you're going about life and we're talking about this concept of faith, it goes beyond your senses. And if you have to see it, if you have to taste it, touch it, smell it, hear it, to believe it, then that's not faith. It's not faith. We think about like they do like these faith tests and things like that. It's like fall back and know that someone's going to catch you. Like that's how you would show that you had the faith. Why? Because technically, if I'm looking forward and you're standing directly behind me, I can't even see you from my peripheral vision. I can't see you. But if I was to fall backwards, not look, keeping, or even closing my eyes, and I'm to fall backwards, to believe that you're standing there, it's confirmation, it's my assurance that you're going to catch me. I can't see you. I can't feel you until I actually fall back and you actually catch me. But it's not knowing that it's actually going to happen based off my senses, but it's knowing that it's going to happen based off the fact that my trust in God is the firm foundation of under everything that makes life worth living. So if I have no faith, then life does feel like it's or seem or would appear to not be worth living without faith, because we don't know what tomorrow holds. If we're blessed to see tomorrow, we have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. We can't see in the future. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But if I have faith and believe that God is on the other side of today or tomorrow, if I have faith to believe that God is still going to be there tomorrow, that makes life worth living. So it's a concept that is so important for us to understand it, because this is how we handle what we can't see. I'm trusting and I'm believing in God, and trusting and believing God, not just believing in him, but believing his word, that he's God and that he's really in control, that he's really sovereign. And I have confidence because I have confirmation in his divine guarantees. It's not the 100% money back guarantee that, quote unquote, that you don't read the fine print and you find out that it's actually only good for the next 30 minutes after you walk out the door after you make the sale. It's not that kind of a guarantee. It's a divine guarantee, meaning it's a God guarantee. Faith is confidence in God, confidence in his word, confidence in and being who he is. And I love it. In the message, it said, this trust in God, this faith, the fundamental fact of existence, is a firm foundation under everything that makes life worth living. It's our handle on what we can see, and faith comprehends as fact what cannot be experienced by the physical senses. I'm going to have to chew on that a little more. And I pray that you do as well, because a lot of times we rely on our own abilities. And we, hopefully, some of us, sometimes there can be reasons why maybe we can't see, or maybe we can't hear. There's different, things that could be different for each and every one of us that would make it a little bit more difficult for our senses to work properly. So sometimes, no, it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. But there's a lot of things that we do have the ability to sense. And even if you don't have one of your senses, maybe you have the other four. But that's just our human ability, is to be able to do those things. But faith defies that. That's why it's faith. That's why it's so important, because that's the only way we can please God. The only way that we're pleasing God is with faith. So I just want to encourage your faith just this morning. I want you to go back and read Hebrews 11:1, read in Amplify, read in the Message, NIV, NLT, New King James Version, or the King James Version, whatever version you want to read. Read it in several different versions to try to help you get a good grasp and understanding on this concept of faith and why it's so important, why it is the firm foundation under everything that makes life worth living. Faith. You gotta have that faith, not in you, not in people, but in God. That's your confirmation. Let's chew on that this morning. So as we bring this to a close, the tag of Purpose Journey Counseling is to be loving, be kind, be compassionate, and be intentional towards others as well as yourselves. Again, I want to encourage you all to please mark your calendars. On this Sunday, we are having hashtag from a Christian, hashtag from a therapist with Dr. Natatu, episode 5. What about the children? Going to be talking about children on Sunday, October the 2nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And the link will be posted on Instagram. It will be the same. And we're probably going to start to expand a little bit more here soon. So be on the lookout for that information as well. But please mark your calendars and plan to join us on this Sunday evening. So again, we thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. We appreciate you liking, following, subscribing, and sharing. We thank you, Lord willing. We will see you tomorrow morning again live at 7 a.m. for Thursday Thoughts. Be blessed. Have a faith-filled Wednesday. A faith-filled Wednesday today and the days to come. But let's put our faith to action today. Challenge a little bit. Let's put faith to action today, because this trust in God, this faith is the firm foundation under everything that makes life worth living. It's our handle on what we cannot see, and it comprehends as fact what cannot be experienced by the physical senses. Let's just take that, chew on that today. But be blessed, and blessings and love to each and every one of you.